So Barry Trammell with the Oklahoma. You guys did a great job on Lillard in the first half. He didn't score until the last 75 seconds of the half. Were you pleased with the defense you played on him, and how did it change when he got going in the third quarter?
It's a good question. Not sure.
Okay, not a lot to say. Shannon, how much has Russell's legacy been hurt by this series?
Well, it's been hurt by his play. It's been hurt by his petulant behavior carrying on with this journalist. The thing is, Skip, is that Russell is that good-looking girl that we overlook all the other flaws. That she has a terrible personality, she's not really nice to people, and she has a bad attitude. What Russ has seduced us with is the triple-double. Because he ends the night with a triple-double, we forget how poorly he shot the ball. Skip, he was 5 of 21, and if I'm not mistaken, since KD has left, he's 4 and 11. He's won 4 games. He's won 4 games, and it seems to be the reoccurring. It's about to be 4 and 12. And it seems to me the reoccurring theme, Skip, is going to be first-round exits. Now, he's averaging 21, I think, 21, 8, and 10. He's shooting 20 shots per game. That's not good. And you see what happens is that when he doesn't have the triple-double to seduce you, now you go back and you look and you're like, wait a minute. He shot 5 of 21? He was 2 of 7 again from the three-point line? The difference between he and Dame Lillard looks at it, Dame looks at it and says, you know what? It's the Portland Trailblazers against the OKC Thunder.
He does.
Russ looks at it, it's me against Dame. Russ reminds you of a defensive back that's given up 2 touchdowns and about 150 yards. And the moment he breaks up a play, he's out there celebrating.
Yep.
Bro, did you see what you just did?
Good analogy.
Every shot that Russ makes, he's celebrating like he just hit the game winner in Game 7 of the NBA Finals. Dame makes a bucket. He goes back up court. Yeah, I've done this. I'm going to do this some more. This is really hurting Russ's legacy, but we're going to sweep it under the rug, but he's averaging a triple-double. He's doing this. And you saw what he did last night, Skip. For the first time, I can honestly say, he saw that he didn't have it, and he tried to defer to Paul George in the fourth quarter. It was too late. They forced the Trailblazers to call 2 timeouts, Skip, late in the second quarter because they got it going. And what happened? Russ comes back down, start jacking up some jumpers in transition, missing shots. Dame gets it going right before the half. And when they should have been down 5, 6 points, the Trailblazers, they go into the half with a 2-point lead. Thanks to Russ and his turnovers and his poor shot selection. Since KD has left, Skip, he's putting up phenomenal numbers. 30 points, 11 assists, 9 rebounds. He's shooting 39% from the floor, 31% from 3, and he's turning the ball over 5.5 times a game. That's a recipe. It's going to look good on your resume, but guess what looks bad on your resume? All these L's.
So, I got to give you credit for this. You saw this coming before I did. And I've said this many times on this show. When KD was with the Thunder, I did not like Russell Westbrook because he was taking more shots than my guy, KD. And I ended up going to war with KD over that. But once KD left him high and dry, I began to feel sorry for Russell. And I told you going back 3 seasons ago that he was going to average a triple-double, and he won the MVP. And I was happy for him. And I felt for him because he felt like it was like shorthanded, like he was never going to have a chance to win anything. And then he landed Paul George, and then he kept Paul George. And I thought, okay, you're on, Russ. 3 straight years of averaging triple-doubles. Let's see what you got. And they got very little up in Portland in those 2 games. And I said, okay, they're going to go home and win both of these games and try to figure out how to steal a game if they have to steal it in Portland. And I'm going to remind everybody, they were the betting favorite, the Las Vegas favorite going into this series, even though they were the 6 seed versus Portland's 3 seed. And I'm going to remind everybody that Portland lost Nurkic, and he was a much bigger, stronger man and a better defender than Enes Kanter, who used to be the backup, obviously, in Oklahoma City. So I'm thinking, Cantor
Correct.
trying to defend Russ from the rim. This is going to be a freeway, a highway to the basket for Russell Westbrook in this series. And guess what? Last night, he went 0 for 3 in the paint even. So he couldn't score outside or inside last night. And to me, Mr. Sharp, last night was definitely a legacy game for Russell Westbrook because this is the one you have to win. And what did he do? He actually shot the biggest hole yet in his legacy because he shot himself in the foot and shot his team right in the heart. So we're going from triple doubles to what could be a quadruple triple, as in this would be losing 4 games in the first round for 3 straight years. Well, that's just no good. I can't defend that because remember, they lost to Houston in 5 games going back 3 years ago, and then they lost to Utah in 6 games, and now they're in grave danger, and I think the world is probably just waiting for the imminent demise of the Oklahoma City Thunder to lose in 5 games to Portland. So all of a sudden, those 3 straight years of triple-doubles get diluted. They get watered down. They start to lose some luster. And again, it's an extraordinary solo act achievement. We both agree with that. But it's getting you where? Well, it's getting you probably 4-12, as you point out, post Kevin Durant in the playoffs. And for me, last night, Russell Westbrook hit bottom as a playoff performer because I'm going to remind everybody, with 2:31 left in the first half, he actually hit a 3-point shot over Damian Lillard. And if we could see this, it was a big shot because it put him up 7. 2:31 left in the second quarter. And what did he do? He goes up, he's beating his chest, and I couldn't tell what he's yelling. I think it was, this is my house, and probably some things we couldn't say on TV. And again, was it not like, it's like he just hit the shot that won Game 7. And I know he's fueled by emotion and rage and all those great intangibles, but still, at some point, you've got to grow up a little bit to say, hey, we got a lot of basketball left to play. Maybe I should go down and lock down on Damian after this, right?
Skip, not to cut you off, that's what Kyrie should have been doing in Game 7 against Golden State when he hit his shot, is acting like that.
And then it was reported he got mad after that. He was angry. I don't know what's going on with Kyrie. Kyrie's got it going, though, right now. He's got something going on. But here's the point. From that shot on, that was virtually the end of the Oklahoma City Thunder as I knew and loved them this year. Because Portland proceeded to go on an 11-0 run to end the half. And in that run, Russell Westbrook missed 3 jump shots and had a turnover. That's all right before the end of the half. And that was ball game because then Damian continued his hot streak. He finally heated up in that 11-0 run after missing his first 6 shots in the game. He scores 15 in the third. CJ scores 13 in the fourth. Ball game, probably season for the Oklahoma City Thunder. And as you said, go ahead.
No, I'm saying you're exactly right, Skip. In a situation where you should have gone into the half up at the bare minimum 6 to 8 points, maybe even 10, 12.
Maybe. You had him on the ropes and on the
down.
run.
Yes, you find yourself down 2 points because 3 quick, ill-advised shots and a turnover, which is unacceptable.
No, it's just unacceptable. So in this series now, he's 29 for 80 from the field. That's 36%. It's just horrendously bad. He'd been doing it all year, but against Portland, you can't get away with it. He's now 7.
That's 7. That's 7% lower than what he shot in the regular season. And I thought if you wanted to make a name for yourself, you play better in the postseason than you do the regular season.
So he's now in this series 7 of 23 from 3. That's barely 30%. It's just horrendously bad. You can't overcome it. Paul George, I don't know how bad his shoulder or shoulders, plural, are, but he's wearing the things on his shoe, the kinetic tape.
Yep.
So he ices, he ices on the bench when he's out. I have no idea. He actually had a pretty good game, but he missed a lot of key shots too, and they didn't get any help from their role players while Aminu just went crazy for Portland. Portland just looks like the better basketball team. So here's my big picture takeaway for Russell Westbrook, and I've never brought this up on the air because He didn't give me a chance to. But he's about to lose some clout in OKC. He's about to lose a little bit of his, so to speak, hall pass that he gets with the media, because he has been all-time surly and disrespectful, especially to their local media, but really to any media, because Oklahoma City management has let